Hey guys, it's your boy Chris. Welcome back to the Age of the Geek podcast. This week we're going to be talking about the game that's taken the industry by storm, Marvel Rivals, and their upcoming new season. So let's get started. I'm joined with a guest who's a good buddy of mine, Anime Fanatic 2. Anime, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm enjoying some nice, comfy, cold weather. Been waiting all year for this cold weather, and now I'm gonna roast some marshmallows.
Lucky. The only thing I can roast is myself. The cold's been great.
Oh,
Shut up. The cold's been great. The only problem is the ice that's coming, and I'm not looking forward to that because we was gonna hang out. Now we can't. Oh well. But yeah. All right. So we're gonna be talking about Marvel Rivals this week. I know that you and I both have been enjoying the game. So Marvel Rivals is a yes. Marvel Rivals is a 6v6 hero shooter game. It has 3 different categories of characters. It has DPS, which is damage dealers, tanks, which is they're just like damage sponges. That's all they do. They do damage.
They're there to protect everyone.
Yes, they're there to protect everybody. And healers, obviously the best class. Not even arguably, just obviously. No bias there. But yes, it has DPS, tanks, and healers, and they're all very fun. Healers are better. Now, as far as the game goes, I have been really enjoying it. I don't usually play games like that. Like, I never played Overwatch, which some people say this is like an Overwatch clone. I don't think I agree with that because a clone is an exact copy. This game is 1,000 times better for so many reasons.
It improves on the entire formula.
Everything. It improves on everything.
It does.
I have been enjoying it. Even when it's really, really bad and I get killed very quickly, I still have been enjoying it. I haven't played it in a second. I'm going to play some tonight. I don't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. But I tend to play, out of those 3 categories, I tend to play healers the most, usually like Jeff the Land Shark, who does a lot of healing, and Cloak and Dagger, who's like healing and damage, like back to forth.
What am I saying? The best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
Anime, what do you tend to play?
Well, so Chris, I started out playing a tank, right? I started out with Venom, right? What drew me to Venom was his character because I loved Venom, right?
Venom is a great character.
He's a great character. Plus, one of his abilities lets him heal himself temporarily, right?
Yes.
For a short amount of time. However, what took me away from Venom is his lack of damage. It just doesn't do enough damage for me, and his range is so short that most other characters do range damage, right? Most other characters, DPS, all that, they do way better range damage, and they'll kill me before I can get to them. Oh my gosh, freaking Star-Lord. Oh.
Legendary. Yes, no, Venom is great. He's a sponge though. That's all he is. He is just a damage
sponge, and he has some good mobility to him.
Yes, and we love him. But especially his like anti-venom outfit and his new skin, the winter skin, which I may have bought. He's great. But as you said, his damage is okay when you figure out the swinging mechanic, and a lot of his damage comes from doing the dive onto the enemies. But if you're just there to take up damage, then he's just a sponge. But what character do you usually play? Go ahead, go and let him know.
So after I played Venom, right, I decided, all right, let me try a different tank, right? And so I'm looking at them all. I'm like, okay, well, there's Thor, there's Doctor Strange. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, there's Hulk. I could do Hulk, but then I was like, Hulk. Let me be a tree. Let me play Groot. So I played Groot, right? And I'm like, oh wow, I can put up walls. This isn't Fortnite, but then FYI, I hate Fortnite. But anyways, the walls came in really good, really useful.
Yeah, no, right? The walls are very helpful.
It's really good. You can use them in a lot of different situations. Right?
Do you know that they do damage?
I did. I found that out recently.
I saw that on TikTok.
The smaller walls you can put up do damage. The bigger wall is just to block damage.
It's just a wall. It's just a wall.
It's just a wall.
The
Yeah,
small one,
it's
you need
there
to have somebody nearby. But other than that, it's
Yeah.
just a wall.
It's just a wall. But it's great because then, Groot's slow. Groot is very slow, right?
Very slow.
But
Even with Jeff on his shoulders, he's
even with Jeff on his
suddenly
shoulders,
as
he's
fast
slow.
as everybody else.
He is molasses. Anyways,
He is exactly.
Yeah, but because of the walls, it lets me stop people from shooting me from far off and let me get a little closer.
And it keeps us healers alive when we stand behind it.
That's true. It's true. And
I
found out he does more damage. He does a lot of damage for a tank, which is very surprising.
I
now,
about that.
Of course, I'm not the best at shooting anybody, but that's just my lack of skill.
Get better.
But
get wrecked.
He's technically my main, although I sort of switched to a healing support main.
No, you don't. You stay
the
Groot.
Good old cloak and dagger.
Nah, you stay Groot. Nah, leave that to me.
I'm pretty comp with cloak and dagger,
Nah, you leave. Nah, leave that to me.
With my no, man. You see, I get my ultimate. I hit my ultimate, and you know what I do? I hit him with that galaxy gas.
Their ultimate can be broken if used correctly, though. So
It's
when we
so
have
good.
other people like a certain country boy we won't name, Alan, who likes to fly off as, Iron Man or just run off as any other DPS because all he likes to do is run and gun.
Well, he switched to Penny. You haven't played in a hot minute.
Oh, yeah.
He is
No. I know he switched to Penny, but, he still likes to go off from the point. He's a tank. He should stay by the point.
Yes.
He doesn't. He likes to just run and gun. He still does that. He just, does it slightly more tanky now. He found someone he can run a gun and stay alive 5 seconds longer. So when he runs off and I put down my ult, which stays on the part of the ground that I go over, and I tell him, stand on my ult, guess what he doesn't do?
Stands on my ult. He jumps away. He jumps away. He
dodges my
jumps
healer.
over. He dodges the healer.
He dodges my heals better than he can dodge Iron Man's repulsor blasts.
It's so annoying.
Better than Hela's knives. He dodges my heals better than anything else. And I don't know how he does it. So what I should probably do is tell him, hey, I'm healing you as he's getting shot and not heal him. That way he dodges better, right? Ultra Instinct. He doesn't know about that.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, as I will say that as far as experiences go in the game, it's a mixed bag. When I was playing Jeff mainly, no pun intended, I was loving life when I was winning. And then I got better, I think. And the game was like, oh, you don't want bot lobbies anymore. That's fine. We're going to toss you into an actual game. And then I died. And then guess what? And I died. And then guess what? I died again. And then guess what? Iron Fist.
Yep. Oh, Iron Fist.
Iron Fist, yes.
Iron Fist hunting healers. Name a more iconic duo.
Oh, Batman and Robin who? Nah, because it'd be crazy. Wolverine doesn't come after me as much as Iron Fist does. I hear, Taehyung who? And I run. I swim away. I really don't think I got that right, but I know I got the sound right.
It was very close.
Yes. How is your experience with the game so far? Because I know you played more than me because I haven't been on a lot recently. So how have you been liking it?
You've been working.
Yes.
So
happened. Go ahead.
So, for me, the good and bad experiences is, I've got some ADHD, right? So, I love the game. I love the quick action of it. However, sometimes it gets a little too repetitive for me with the fact that the maps don't rotate well, right?
No, they don't. Some maps are good, some maps are terrible.
Yeah, but with the drop of new season 1, I'm going to get so much dopamine with all the new maps and all the new people they're adding. It's going to be great.
Including
looking forward to that.
Yes, we'll talk about that in just a second. I want to hear though, how was your last game? Seeing as how you probably played earlier today.
Okay, so I played technically today within the 24-hour period.
Sure. Today, since you've been awake.
Oh, since I've been awake? No.
Today.
Yeah, so so I played with some friends of mine. You know, it was their birthday. You know, hanging out.
Mm.
Uh,
Oh.
and so I was playing Cloak and Dagger. You know, I was doing my
Huh?
thing. I was
Uh-huh.
healing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh
Point
huh.
and
Uh
click.
huh.
That's all you're good at. It's okay.
I,
What?
I I will fight you. Anyways, uh, so we the first round. You know, we played.
Mm.
We lost immediately. They they destroyed us. It was not
Sounds
even
about
close.
right.
Then the
Yeah.
second round.
Mm.
Right? We
Mm.
switched it up a little, right?
Mm.
Somebody switched to Hulk, right? And I was
Okay.
like, all right, I'm gonna be your pocket healer. He's like, okay, bet. So
Gotcha.
I pocket healed the Hulk the entire time
Mm-hmm.
until and with a little of look back, heal the other healer while the healer heals
Yep.
everyone else. You know,
Got to
as
keep
one
the healers
does.
alive.
Yeah, got to keep the healers alive. Heal the
Yep.
healers.
Yep. Heal the healers.
Um,
Protect the healers. Don't let us die.
yep, exactly.
Please.
And in the second match, we were down 99% to 0%.
Mm-hmm.
Overtime started. And so I got in there and I was like, guys, I got my galaxy gas. Let's go. And so I hit him with the galaxy gas.
Right. As you do.
And so they all take damage and everyone else gets healed. So we out damage them while we heal. And we took the point.
Mm-hmm.
And we held the point. And I got galaxy gas 3 more times and used it every time. And we all stayed alive. And we won the round. We did
You
that
use the ult.
rounds
Uh-huh.
in a row. 2 rounds in a row. The exact same outcome happened. Down
When you
99%.
use the ult
Overtime. We
correctly,
take
you
it back.
not always win, but when you use the ult correctly, things tend to go
Good
well.
outcomes. Good
Yes.
outcomes.
Yes.
If
Now.
you do the thing and you do it right and you don't screw it up, it works.
Yes. That's why I like using Jeff's ult the most. I mean, Cloak and Daggers is good, but Jeff's ult, it's like 1943. I'm a Japanese pilot. Kamikaze time. It's time to eat that people up, dive over the side. You know how it is. Have you played Jeff much?
So I played Jeff to get the achievement, the trophy.
That's fair.
Which I was able to do. I was able to eat some folks and then kamikaze.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Besides that, I'm not the best with them. I can heal.
Them.
I know you're really good at Jeff. You are. I prefer Cloak and Dagger. I feel like I have more mobility.
With Jeff, I play if it's like domination where we have to stay on the point and the point doesn't move. I tend to play Jeff because I can try to find like an angle, shoot down maybe, or hide somewhere and heal the healers. I mean, I have saved your butt many times as Groot while you're Groot and I'm Jeff. And I've just kept you alive while everyone else has been like, I'm dying. Where's my heals? I'm like, I'm healing the one that is important currently. Not just because you're my buddy, because you're actually doing the game right. But no, if it's domination, I tend to play Jeff. If it's, what's the other one? Capture the
escort. You're escorting.
Escort. Thank you.
To an objective.
Yeah, if it's an escort, that's when I kind of switch to like Cloak and Dagger because you got to move more. You can't really hide, and you also try to need damage. Jeff can do damage, but
Jeff does pretty good damage. I mean,
Jeff does do pretty good damage, but when he can't hide, that's when the entire other team's like, "There's a Jeff."
They jump him in the alley.
Curb stomp that. Yeah, curb stomp him. Yeah. No, I've had games where I died like 30 times and killed 2 and did like 1,500 damage, or not damage, 1,500 healing because I died so many times. That's why I switched to Cloak and Dagger. That's why I mained them for the escort missions because I have to be able to move. I have to be able to protect myself and protect everybody else and do damage. Now, I will say, I'm going to try to play some tonight. I want to play Captain America. I've been testing him out, seeing how I like him, and I think I am going to try him out more. If that makes sense. I just want to try.
I like that idea. I think he could be a good Cap.
I hope so. All right, so Marvel Rivals Season 1 comes out on January 10th at, I think it's UTC, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I don't know what UTC means, but it's going to come out on January 10th. So in about, as the recording, a couple days. I'm very much looking forward to it because it's new maps, new characters, new bad guys. Well, new like main story bad guy. I think one of the new maps is gonna be like a broken up uh like Manhattan map or something like that with Avengers Tower and maybe the Fantastic Four Tower. And it's supposed to be like a vampire theme because it's like we had Doctor Doom for season 0, and for this season it looks like it's a vampire. I think it's Dracula, which if it is Dracula, I really hope they have the running joke that Dracula owes Moon Knight money. It's a very niche thing that some people know. I just really hope they had it because it'd be funny. Now, the current characters that are going to be coming out on January 10th, along with the new season, is Marvel's First Family, the Fantastic Four. Nate, have you seen the trailer for that?
I have, Chris. I have. I watched it earlier today. I got some chills. Not gonna lie.
Thing looks
Looking
good.
forward to it.
Johnny Storm looks good. Reed Richards looks actually good. Like he's not usually super buff. I like the suits too, like the reverse white and blue compared to their usual blue and white, and then like the black. Susan Storm looks very good. Yeah, no, I'm hoping that it does well. I mean, it's going to do well. It's Marvel Rivals. It has done well since day one. Heck, since before it even came out when it was still in beta, everyone was loving it. I'm hoping that I know usually if you have two characters or even three characters can have that collaborative thing like Jeff and Rocket Raccoon can get on Groot's shoulders, or Cloak and Dagger can do collab with Moon Knight and Moon Knight can like go invisible. I'm hoping that I imagine that with Fantastic Four, 2 to 3 can do some collab. I'm hoping that if you get all 4 on a team, that they have some. I don't know how they're going to do it, but some kind of collab, right? Some kind of thing they can all do that'll help the entire team out. All right, so I have the videos for Susan and Reed Richards set up so that we can watch them a bit, see their abilities. First, we're going to go over Mr. Fantastic because his came out on Monday. Susan's came out on today, actually. So I assume that means the other two are going to come out in the next 2 days before the new season comes out. So
that would be the logical thought.
Yes, it would be, which means probably going to have Johnny Storm next because Storm, brother, sister. All right,
Yep.
We'll get right to it. All right, so here is the video. We're probably gonna watch the entire thing and go back and talk about it. So here we go.
Pause and nitpick on the thing.
That was simple. I've got you. Double the failure.
Now, this we're gonna have to talk about a lot. That right there, that we just saw. Also, you can't tell me this doesn't look like Luffy. Gear 4. You can't tell me this doesn't look like Gear 4.
He's basically Luffy.
This is just Bouncing Man Gear 4. Like if his hands were black and his hair was wavy.
Yeah, totally.
Well, he has 350 health, which seems low, even for a Okay, so first, his attacks, right, is just punching. It's infinite. He doesn't need to reload. It is very.
That was simple.
All right, so it looks like his attacks. We start with that. His attacks don't look like they go so long because he can't just have an infinite long reach attack. Otherwise, it'd be way too broken.
It might be the same length as how Groot's is. Because
his
shoots out, and when you play Groot, you can see a faint circle on the ground on how far your range is. That might be what they do with him. We just don't see it in this video.
Probably, and as you can see, it's like it's an infinite thing. He doesn't. He's just punching. He's just stretching his arms.
I've noticed.
Yes,
his health 350. What is he? Tank?
He's a duelist.
DPS?
He's a duelist. He's a DPS. Yeah.
Okay, so he's got a higher health than most of them. Most of them are 250, I believe.
Really, I don't play I played Moon Knight a little bit, but I didn't not for very long until I switched to my boy. Now this ability that he has coming up, where he can grab. You saw he punched, and then he's gonna grab Iron Man, and he grabs Cap. Right? I names them together. I think that's gonna be a fun ability, especially if you can get two characters that are pretty low, like they are now. Cap's not dead; he was just barely alive. But if you get them down to really low, and you do that attack, and you can kill them or knock them out, then I think that's going to be a nice ability to use. Now the cooldown is that here it is right here. Naturally, this is on PC for the video. We don't use PC; we use PlayStation because we're better. It looks like a 6 to 7 second cooldown, which is not that bad. Don't imagine the. Did it say how much damage it does?
I don't believe it did.
And then it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it can damage two people at the same time, so that should be fun. It looks like he's no this 13-second cooldown, right? Or 12-second cooldown. This is gonna be something. It's gonna be timed right, but I wonder if it's only projectile like Iron Man's ult here. Which, what other ults are like projectile like? We're just the one thing. Like Namor's is
Whale.
Yeah, the whale. His is one projectile, so maybe you can do the same thing. Like this looks like a good ability, except for when you think about some of the ults, like Star-Lord and
and Spider-Man.
Punisher, are all they're doing is shooting, and they're constantly shooting. So I don't think you can eat an attack like that. Plus, it doesn't last but like a second or two, unless it stays for a couple seconds until you absorb something and shoot it back. But it looks like a good ability until you realize that a lot of the ults aren't like Iron Man's. They're not like
a
one-shot thing.
Bang.
Yeah, like Hela's is not one shot. If it could eat and reflect Scarlet Witch's, I would play this man every day because I have died to Scarlet Witch's ult so many times.
So many times, it's annoying.
So many times.
But now, luckily, they did make Scarlet Witch's ult just avoidable by not giving her invincibility frames when she's doing it.
Hey, anime. Now, yes. I know you watched both of the videos for this, right? For Susan and Reed. All right, so you see this symbol right here? That's like the collab symbol. I had been seeing people online talk about what it could be because they didn't show it off. Tell me what this says right here.
Shield.
This is Reed that they're showing, right? Not the Invisible Woman. I think his collab ability with her is that he can put a shield temporarily on other teammates, which is cool. Means he can do a little bit of tanking because also look at his health. It went from 350 to 425.
That's bone
and
from something. Oh,
yeah.
Wait a second. Go back.
What did he just do? Oh no, she probably buffed him.
Hold on. I think I figured it out. The thing where it said shield.
Yep.
I think that means he latches on to the person and flings himself in front, like a full-on body shield, and then he could use his
big body attack, which is down here.
Big body or the reflect one.
Right. So it looks like he has two of those big body attacks before they need to reload for a second. It looks like. Let's see. Does one, and then he pulls in and protects, and then and then he does it again. And his thing went from his health went from 425 down to 350, and then he already. That's gonna be interesting to see in game because the health doesn't stay for like a second. It looks like. I'm sorry. What? Tell me how much that health says.
Good sir, that says 740.
You're very quiet, by the way. But yes, 740 base health. This man is 350 health points. That says 740. I don't know how that happened. Unless it doesn't show, but unless he has a buff from maybe Mantis or somebody. But
it could also be when he gets big.
Yeah.
Right? It could do like the same effect of Venom's heal thing.
Right.
Add some extra health points while he's big.
And, you know, his ult is... He just gets big and he just hits the ground. It looks okay. Like, that. I'm assuming that's the ring of damage. Like, if you're inside that ring, that's where you're going to get hit. It's kind of just an okay ult.
Bucky flashbacks.
He doesn't say again. He doesn't keep doing it. So, we're okay. But I know what you mean. But yes, that's the Mr. Fantastic character character playthrough. I don't think I'm going to use them because I'm not really a DPS person. I, on the other hand, will probably use the Invisible Woman because she's a strategist, and I like strategists. We'll watch the video, then we'll talk about it quickly. What her abilities are.
No other reason.
All right, so here's Invisible Woman. We're going to go quickly through her abilities. Right? I want to start off with her shield. I think that's a bubble or possibly just a shield in front of them. First off, her heals. How much heal does she do? It looks like decent heals, right? 210 or something like that. I don't know if she's going to be point and click like Cloak and Dagger where it's a lock on, or if it's just, you have to actually aim. If it's actually aim, I might be screwed. But
next,
I want to talk about this part specifically because as a healer, getting away is one of the most important things, because when you have someone like Thor barreling down at you, things tend not to go well. But with her, you have a double jump that first, I think it made her invisible, right?
Next.
It did. I think it made her invisible for like half a second, which I don't know how that can help you too much, unless you can go around a corner. But I think it negated any damage that would have just happened to her. And that, because it's doing damage the entire time. That's going to be helpful. And if that force bubble, not only damages enemies, but if it's like Cloak and Dagger, you put down a bubble and your teammates stand inside of it and they heal constantly, that's going to be amazing. Because that's one of the things I wish would happen with Cloak and Dagger. You put down a light bubble, you get healed. Enemies walk into it, nothing happens. But if that's what hers does, I'm already loving it.
They'll never see me coming.
It'll go great on point when all the enemies are on it.
Now I went through the video several times on this part. I don't see
They'll never see me coming.
I don't see a button down here where they press to see I don't see a button down here that they pressed to go invisible. Obviously she's invisible because Cat ran by her, didn't see nothing. So I wonder if it's like Jeff's where she can just be invisible for probably not indefinitely. That'd be way too OP.
Clear the way.
She went uninvisible when she did an ability, so maybe she can go invisible indefinitely until she does an attack, or maybe until she gets hit. Now
I'm pretty sure you can do that with Loki. One of Loki's abilities.
True.
Go invisible until he attacks again.
True.
Or use an ability.
Now, I'm pretty sure they stole that from Star Wars. That looked like a force push to me, but I could be wrong.
They'll never see me coming.
I mean, to be fair, she's all about invisible force fields.
True.
Fields.
It looks like it can be both inwards or outwards, so she can pull or push. Again, not saying they stole that from Star Wars, but yeah, push would be helpful, especially if you do what she just did, which is just push them off the map. That would be fun.
Oh,
clear the way.
And then just a temporary shield to go in front of your teammates, which would be helpful.
You have no clue how long I've wanted to do that, Namor.
this is her ult. And you said before we started this video, you didn't really like the ult. I think the ult's actually pretty useful.
Disappear!
Right? They can't see them.
True. That's true.
Now,
they can't,
I
but they still
think-
get the hit markers.
Yes.
So depending on the person who's firing in there,
Yes.
right, they could find them very easily.
True, but if they scatter, like with this, right? They might could go into the buildings and they can't be, they can go into the buildings
Break line
and
of sight.
hide, right? But it's a nice ult, except for it looks like it's supposed to be a 4-2, but it's not. I mean, it's cool that it makes everybody go invisible, but like with Iron Man's main attacks, they do a small AOE, right?
Right.
So it's not super helpful for stuff like that. If they made it kind of like a temporary shield instead of invisible, that'd be better. But
Well,
what
that
do I
might
know?
be a little too overpowered, holding a point, right? Right at the end
Yes.
of time.
but that let's see how long it was. Right? Yeah, no.
Disappear!
Well, it didn't show when it stopped, but it looked like probably like 10 seconds at the
That was-
most, like any other
Good
like,
duration.
round
Good
ult.
duration.
Yeah, good duration. All right, guys. Well, that was the Fantastic Four's Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman's characters and their abilities. I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to this new season. I know anime is
Very
looking forward to this
excited.
new season.
Very
excited.
excited.
Very excited. And make sure you put in the comments down below which characters do you think are coming next and which ones you want to be coming next. Because if it's going to be vampires, I would like Blade, maybe Deadpool. I also just want, maybe Professor X because I want to hit somebody with a wheelchair. That's just me. Now, yes. All right. And like I said before, Marvel Rivals Season 1 comes out on January 10th. I definitely be playing, I hope. And I will see you guys in the next video.